but I pushed through that a little bit, and now that I've hit 100, rest assured, the vlog and show is going to go on. I don't know how long it will go on. Someday I'm going to have to tell everybody. The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Good afternoon, fellow pickers, would-be adventurers. Tuesday edition of Dealer's Crazy Picker Life. And boy, I tell you what, you know, I can always count on the orders coming back. I guess I've got one here that I just finished with, a big one. PAP sign that's going out, and then I haven't counted them, but there's a bunch of small little boxes, these eBay boxes. I'm learning how to use them. All you gotta do is fold the label right and it sticks on there plenty fine. You just gotta divide the space. Must be about 30 orders, and so we bounce back from sort of a slow weekend. Once you relist stuff, everybody wants it, I guess. So I got to get those out, and I got to get on the road here. Got my van in for service. Got to pick that up. Lon's taking me over there, so I'm on the clock here. Got about 20 minutes before I better get to wherever she is at home so she can take me out there. Got to stop by. Reminds me, I got to stop by and pick up our materials. Wheeler and Banana Peeler and I are taking an entrepreneurial class here locally for 6 weeks on a Wednesday night, and so we're gonna have to get our materials for that. Lighting problem, so I got to make sure to bring in my money for that so I can get the materials, and I got to stop by my building code place and set up a meeting where they can come out and take a look at our lot and tell me how big of a building I can build. So busy. I got to get on the road, and then later on, which won't be too long with this video, we'll be back to listing 10 items again. So I'm gonna go do that. I'll see you in a minute. We'll list 10 items. Back in the office for the evening, getting ready to list my 10 items. The orders keep coming in, so I want to bring that up. I got a couple, I think I've got 3 things to bring up before I do my 10 listings here. Number one, when you list more, I think you sell more, depending on how good your stuff is. I mean, if you're listing garbage, obviously, the more garbage you list, you're not necessarily going to sell it. But let's assuming you're listing stuff that sells pretty well. It's not quite as simple as the more you list, the more you sell. I mean, obviously, if you're listing 10 items a night, pretty soon you're going to start selling a pretty good cycle, and eventually you're going to average selling 8 or 9 or 10 items a day. Not everything sells, even if you're listing good stuff. Sometimes not everything sells. But it is my hunch, and other people can back me up on this. You guys can back me up on this. I think there are little hidden algorithms in the way that eBay search results pull up best match and rank things. And I think one of the factors is, are you currently listing new stuff? In other words, I think eBay rewards people who are constantly listing and active with a little better rankings. I just have a hunch about that. Okay, I'm feeling fatigued tonight, and obviously some of you know why. I mean, I'm just coming off. I've been through 30-day cleanses before where I quit caffeine and quit alcohol. One time, I forget when it was. I think it was like when I was 30, 31, 32. I bet my best buddy from college. I bet him I wouldn't be able to drink, and he wouldn't drink for a year. And, being from Wisconsin, hanging out with friends, I mean, we would drink beer. quite often. And so I think we both made it a year. Can't remember for sure. But I'll tell you what, after a year of not drinking, I will admit I felt much clearer thinking than ever before. It's, not a reason necessarily to not enjoy beer once in a while, but I feel fatigued tonight. I feel overwhelmed too because I've started to put the ball rolling for our new office space. Now, part of the ball rolling is rolling without me. This building I'm in is technically up for sale, and there's people looking at it. There's people that have come through my office. There's an offer on the table. There's stuff happening. I don't have a lease signed, but I do know the people that are here, and it's, I'm going to have to either decide to sign a lease or not. There's pros and cons depending on what I'm going to do, but there's a little fire brewing here as far as this is no longer going to be my office. And so it's not taking a lot of stress right now, a lot of extra stress to push me over. I had the guy out to my land today, and interestingly enough, my side yard, it looks like, can become my backyard, and I can put a 1,200 square foot building on my land besides my garage, besides my house, and it can be 2 stories or up to 35 feet tall. So it can be 2,400 square feet and possibly have some sort of an attic or a top storage even. 2,400 square feet, ba-bing. But with that, again, this is becoming reality, so I'm a little stressed out. I'm just able to handle these kind of things easy peasy, but in my current state and with everything going on, it's not taking a lot to just kind of push me into, So that's exciting. I wanted to share that with everybody. I've got to meet with Lon a bit and prioritize some projects and such. Got to search up some people to build this thing and do some planning. And I think it's going to go forward. It might even go forward and get started this fall. I think we're going to have somebody put up the building and do the concrete work. And then I'm going to take the lead on the inside as far as insulating and walling some things off. And I'll probably get an electrician and a plumber involved. But I'll do a lot of the work myself and with Wheeler and the boys and whoever else wants to help. So that'll be fun. I'm hoping to do the project where it's not under such a hard time frame where I can kind of meander through it as opposed to have to hammer it out. Financially, I think we're going to be okay where we're not going to have to hammer it out. As far as getting out of here, I don't know how that's going to work. So at this point, I'm starting to try to push the project so that if I have to go, I'm rolling. I'm trying to stay ahead of the wave, Okay, so let's see. One thing was, I don't remember what I talked about. The building. Second was whatever I talked about first. Fatigued, wasn't it? What the heck did I talk about first? Oh, listing. You list more, you sell more. Hey, I warned you, I'm a little foggy. I think I'll snap out of it here. It was a long day, fast day, worked pretty hard today. Met with people, ran around, got this class set up, this entrepreneurial class, got the curriculum. This is going to be a hardcore class, I guess. This is going to be, we're going to have homework. So, I've got another project brewing in the side of my mind, and I'm trying to put one foot into the economic development committee in our community, and then I'm trying to keep my other foot out of it because my business is a little bit behind doors. It's not like a Main Street business where I have clients come in and clients come out and all that. So I'm trying to remain a little bit invisible, yet I'm putting a foot out there. I don't know if that's possible. Okay, third thing, I had a question come in and I thought it was a good one. I want to chat about it for a minute. A lot of good questions and comments coming in, by the way. I do appreciate that. If you want to answer some of them, some of you fellow pickers or adventurers want to answer some questions that come up for me or put your 2 cents in, no problem. Go ahead and do that. I know. Okay, battery switch over. Anyway, I know some of you have answered questions and I appreciate that, or put your 2 cents in. I appreciate that as well. Okay, anyway, good question came in. It was, how do I decide what type of auction I have, whether it's just a fixed price auction or an actual auction where it starts at a certain amount and people can bid on it, like a 99 cent plus shipping, 10-day. And so that's a good question. Also there's durations of auctions. I could talk about that a little bit. I'm not going to talk about all those things, but basically 99% of all of the items that I list for long sell, high price, highest price I can get, high on the market end. If there's 10 of them out there, I'm typically towards the high end on most things. Now, test strips are a little bit different. I list at market or right below it just to sell because I've got such a good markup and I just want to flow those things out of here. 99% of items I list fixed price or occasionally a best offer, and then I run sales. And the other 1% I will list at auctions. The items I list at auctions are typically things that have a real good flow. In other words, I feel comfortable listing it at auction, that it will go for a good thing. There's a good track record of a lot of people interested in these things. Lots of items sometimes I will list at auctions, like video games. If I don't want to deal with it, describe it, test it, I may just auction it out. Again, most video games have a pretty good track record at auction. Sometimes some things you list at auction actually will occasionally go higher than if you try to put a fixed price on them. Other things like incomplete or things I just want to move out. For example, we got this tablet writing thing for the computer. It's missing a piece. And so I put all over it, it's missing this piece, and I just didn't want to try to put a price on it because I didn't know, and I don't really care what I get for it. I've got shipping calculated on it. I just want to get it out of here. If it was complete, it would be a premium product, and I'd put it at a fixed price, and I'd sell it for, right up there. But missing the stylus or whatever it's missing, it becomes tougher. So I'm hoping to wholesale that to somebody that either deals with those and will put a stylus with it, somebody that's going to get a good deal that has a stylus, or whatever. I just don't want to deal with it. Somebody else will. I'm willing to take a little hit. For the most part, auctions will finish less, at a lesser price than a fixed price, but I do use them occasionally. So the real short answer is I don't do a lot of auctions. Right now I have 4 running. One is Wheeler's video game system. It's Banana Peeler's little handheld thing that he upgraded, so he's auctioning one off. And then I just happen to have 3 items that I didn't really want to deal with, so I just auctioned them off. We have 2,000, 2,600, at least 26,700, probably 2,700 other auctions listed, all at fixed price, and 3 or 4 at auction. So I hope that answers that some. All right, one last thing, and then I'm going to get right down to the 10 items I'm going to list tonight, and I will show all those. This is our 100th show. Whoop, 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 woo. Oh, I don't feel like it's that great and special tonight. I felt like it was earlier this week. So I was going to do an episode, what I learned from 100 vlogs, shows in a row, 100 days in a row. But now that I've hit it, I'm kind of like, well, I think it's just part of my mood. It's been a real interesting 100 shows, and there were several times within the 100 shows that I would say I was burnt out on it, and I felt like quitting, but I pushed through that a little bit, and now that I've hit 100, rest assured, the vlog and show is going to go on. I don't know how long it will go on. Someday I'm going to have to tell everybody it's no longer going on. But now that I've reached 100, I'll commit to another 100. How about that? We'll see where it goes from there. I know many of you are probably excited about that, or sort of excited, or glad it's going to go on. I guess those of you that aren't probably aren't watching anymore. I don't know. Anyway, happy 100 Wheeler Dealer Banana Peeler Crazy Picker Life. We made it. Okay, I think it's time to list. Number one tonight is a Halliburton Zero aluminum suitcase. This is a small one. It does have some sort of a foam insert. It has a combination lock that you can change and set. It's got some sort of a strap. These are well made. They're aluminum. People like them for camera gear. People like them for high-end things, guns, all that type of stuff. This small one is a nice case. Seems to work nice. Everything's there. I can't remember what I would have paid for these individually. I've got 5 of them, I think, for $140. So that must mean I have, what, a little less than $30 in each. I'm going to list this one at $129.99 plus shipping, and I think it will go pretty quick. Keep in mind I always run my things at sale, so 13% off takes 15 bucks off that right away, but I'm listing it for $129.99. Sometimes, sometimes I list things and either it's going to be off sale when I'm not running a sale, or before I run the next sale, the hot stuff sells. And so if this is hot, it'll sell. I don't know if it will, but $129.99 listed. Here's another Halliburton Zero case. This one has been painted black, or came in black. It's still aluminum, and bigger's not always better. By the way, I listed the last one at $149.99 plus shipping. It's just in too good a condition. That small one, brand new, goes for like $500, $550. And although the one I have is a little vintage, $150. Okay, so this one is beat up a little bit. It has some Velcro on the bottom, which could be removed if somebody wanted to. It's a nice case. It's got the name scribed in it of whoever was the owner beforehand. So I'll probably mark this at one at 100 plus shipping. Okay, number 3 is the last Halliburton case for the night. I know I listed 3 Halliburton cases in a row. I think I have a couple more in the back room. I will list 3 tonight. That's it. I've upped my price on the last one and this one. $109.99 plus shipping. I'll think they're going to go for $100 on sale, so I'm upping it a little bit. These are just good cases. Everybody loves them. They'll sell. Okay, the last 2 I sold pretty quick. One to a movie set where they paid $240 to ship it somewhere super quick overnight, and the other one just sold to whoever, but they both sold pretty quick. Halliburton Zero, good cases. Okay, here we have a hotel wake-up clock. I have no idea how this works other than there's all kinds of settings that you can put on here all the way around the clock. When I plugged it in, the settings over here were making a very loud noise, and I moved them and it stopped, thank goodness, because I thought it was it was very loud. So this is neat. James Remindo Timer Company. I bet this is probably 50s or 60s, probably 50s. And we paid probably 20 bucks for it. I don't remember. Listing it for 50 plus shipping. And they seem to go pretty well. I'm going to list these Parapet 70s, green, yellow, and blue separately. So this is listing 5, 6, and 7. They're different conditions, different colors. The green one here works, but the dial doesn't seem to move quite as well as it should. Yellow works great. It's missing a little bit of the ring or the holder. And then blue works good, has a holder. All of them have some blemishes and some wear and some scratches, so they definitely are not perfect. I believe I paid 50 for all three of them. I've sold these as high as 60 bucks plus shipping for real nice ones. The new ones in the box can go for over 100, obviously $150. I've never run into a new one. Green one, $29.99 plus shipping is what I'll list it for. Yellow here, $34.99 plus shipping, and blue $39.99 plus shipping. Not a lot of money to be made here, but these are fast movers. There's more demand than there is items. I just like them. I always pick them up. Probably sold 10 of them over the last few years. I guess I didn't mention these are AM radios only. They're an AM radio. If you ever find one of these things that looks like these little parapets, round, but it's a TV set, I can't remember the brand or whatever, it's from the 70s. It's a black and white little TV, kind of about the size of a bowling ball, maybe a little larger. Pick those up. Those are worth a lot. I picked one up once for 20 bucks, and it was a little bit rough on the outside. It did turn on. I think it sold for 300. Those are really cool. Only run into one of those. Okay, listing number 8 is a Tyco Fast Tracks radio controlled car. No radio. A little bit dirty, dusty. Bottom battery compartment is missing. Untested. Has collector's value. Brand new in the package. These go for a couple $100. We got this for $2 or $3. I'll list it for 40 plus shipping. Untested. Okay, here's an item that did come in with that Zippo lighter and cameras or something. It was in with some other stuff. Somebody's keys. A power key caddy. And I looked it up, and there's a bunch of them listed for $6, $8, 15 bucks, 20 bucks, maybe 10 of them listed. One sold new in package. Nobody wants them. Don't list it. Yahoo! Excuse me. I won't list it, and I will throw it out to get it out of my life. Next item. Okay, here's another one that's not so good. You know, on the surface it looks pretty good. Texas Instruments, vintage calculator, new in the box, got your plugs and all that kind of stuff. Closer look though, Wheeler shouldn't have picked this one up. I don't know what we paid for it. It said 5 on it. We probably paid 2 or 3. Smells really musty in there. You open the case on the batteries are in there corroded. The whole thing's corroded. And if you look closely, you probably can't see it, but it looks like the whole thing's been dunked. It smells bad. They don't go for a lot. Even mint like this, they're not selling. The only ones that are selling are 10 bucks plus shipping, in better condition. This ain't worth my time. And I'm not blaming Wheeler. We pick a lot of these up, and a lot of times you can pick them up for a couple bucks and sell them for $20, $24.99, whatever. I'm going to throw this one out. Yo ho ho Heineken shoes. These are Holland wooden shoes, 3 pairs. One is a Heineken type version. The others are just kids shoes. Not much market for these. 100 listed, 10 sold kind of thing. So I'm going to lot these up, $10.99 plus exact shipping, just to move them out, get them in somebody else's hands. There should be a market at that price. I'm not going to base my whole business on it or worry about it. I'm just going to list them rather than throw them out. All right, I let myself off easy. Number 10. I definitely have some harder things to list over there. I'm going to have to get real energized tomorrow, clean up a few items, do what I got to do to get 10. Here's a Schmidt Lucite tapper, appears new in there, listed for $24.99. Beer tappers are funny. I've bought them all, and there's good ones and there's bad ones. I don't know which are which. Cheap ones are good ones, and vintage ones are good ones. Oddball ones better be cheap, because they all don't sell. I've got a bunch right now that are not selling for much. So I've sold all the good ones off, and I'm left with kind of the garbage. There's a time where I'm going to have to remove them and dispose of some of them, just because they cost me to list every 30 days. And there's a point where it's just ridiculous. So we'll see what happens there. I definitely make money on tappers. I don't typically pay a lot. Those shoes, those Heineken shoes, they came in the box with a bunch of, they're back here somewhere. There they are, under the salad slicer. It's a good place for them. They came in, you know, in the box with a bunch of tappers and a bunch of other stuff. So I don't think I paid much for them. If you want to divide it out, I might have paid $1. Tappers that I've got here, again, I got a pretty good price. I do have some good Schlitz ones and some other ones that go for good money. So different brands go for money, some don't. I don't have a full rhythm for it. I don't find a lot of tappers, and when I do find tappers, when we go to antique stores and certain places, they're usually marked up quite a bit. So I don't find them super low wholesale too often. When I do pick them up. Alrighty, that's about it for show number 100. I want to see Hillary Clinton do 100 shows in a row. See what she can do. There you go. That comment ought to get me stalled out on subscribers again.
Say, what's up, political dealer?
Yeah, ever since, I mean, I was growing at a rate, and I don't, this doesn't bother me, but I watch my stats once a week or something like that. My channel was growing subscribers at the rate of almost 10 per day for like 45 days. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. And then we had the presidential debates, and I ranted a little bit on my political views. Tried to keep it sort of neutral, as only I can, only dealer can. Ever since, I've been growing at pretty much 0. Some of you think Big Brother's listening.
How many subscribers from that episode?
I don't know what's going on, but that's okay. We're stalled out right below 2,300 subscribers, and if we stay there, I'm still going to make 100 more episodes, because it doesn't really matter. You guys matter to me, all you 2,298. Forget about the rest of the world, right? We don't want to give them the secrets anyway.
Oh.
Wheeler!
What's up, dealer?
Dealier
Dealier than dealer?
I just got, whoa.
Ooh.
Camera, it's kind of fuzzy.
Oh no, the fuzzy camera.
Yeah, I don't know what it's been pretty good, but Do you have to clean them or something?
The lens has a fingerprint over it, like a big one, but should be fine.
I don't think it could possibly happen.
No.
Of course, I am taking video in some windy conditions and stuff. There might be something something in there. There's a few dust particles on the front.
Yeah, I'm sure I could take a look at sometime.
In your free time?
Yep.
Yeah, so I got my 10 listings done, some good, some bad.
I'm sitting right at like 12, and within the next 30 minutes I'll have another 8 or 9 up there.
Whoa. Now, do you typically get your listings done right away every single night, or do you wait till the last possible second? And
I don't exactly wait till the last possible second. First of all, I do get a little bit distracted, but I've been trying recently to get some stuff listed early, and then list some stuff. I have an extreme testing process to go through with a lot of this stuff. A lot of cleaning, a lot of testing. It's easily 2 hours for these 15 items I just tested.
And I appreciate that. I understand there's a lot of
especially
testing.
These ones. They're trying to get those right samples and stuff. Like I have a sample up on the screen from this lens. This is a little goober looking lens, but look at that, it's sharp.
Well, you know, the difference between testing some of these things and showing the right stuff is the difference between selling them or not.
Yep, exactly. What's the difference between selling this one for $5 free shipping at auction or $35 to $60?
Right. So there's a lot of value. You're gaining a lot of experience as well.
Yeah. Definitely getting pretty good at taking these little sample pictures. I could use a more versatile, I could use a bellows. That's what it would be for my Sony camera, but
yeah,
I'm making do with it.
Well, make do, and we'll keep.
I have a bellows here, but the problem with these really tiny lenses, they need to be really close to the sensor, or close to the camera, let's say. So this bellows is too far away at this point, so then I have to use a smaller adapter, and then I don't have anything that goes between these two. So it's like extreme of both ends.
Do your best.
Yep, making it happen.
So I hear you've been running now. Today was your second week of not missing a day.
So we go for 20 laps today, but obviously we had to leave a little bit early.
Supercharged.
Yeah, I'm feeling reasonable. I just had to force myself to get out there. It's kind of like, I need to do some school, but instead I first should go running.
Running instead of school. Wow,
it's a good idea.
Yeah. So what do you think about 100 shows? Did you think we'd make it?
Nope, didn't think we'd make it.
Didn't think I'd make it. I've blown up before.
Yeah.
We've done different series before, and we hit walls.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, today, if I started a daily vlog today, how long that would last. Not very.
10 days?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the editing would be pretty crazy to try to fit in with everything else.
Well, that's my secret. I don't edit very much.
A lot of these daily vloggers, they get kind of a rhythm, but it still takes them an hour and a half to 5 hours of editing a day.
Well, the real daily vloggers, I don't know how they get to the point where they can spend all their time on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have 5 hours to edit.
No, definitely not. And 5 hours is pretty extreme. That'd be like serious crazy.
Yeah, well, a lot of these people, all they do is just go on an adventure and take their video. And when you get to a certain point, of course, that can be self-funding. But that's not where this is at. If I had to rely on the income from my daily vlogging compared to our business, I think we would have probably been kicked out of the building here.
A cardboard box on the side of the road.
Your mom would have left me.
Oh, daily vlog number 730. Great ending today again. But
we'd be starving.
Cardboard box.
Yeah.
Got some donuts from the profits.
Yeah, more like dumpster diving for food. There's no profits.
No.
I mean, I bought a camera, etc. There's no profits.
Yep.
But, you know, again...
Well, I mean, with the camera and everything I paid for.
Yeah.
Just quit right now.
Yeah, like I got a gift for my rich, parent or something.
I mean,
so, hey, these are not complaints. I am a little bit of grumpy dealer, not necessarily today, just, in general, because I'm not all carbonated, caffeinated. But, you got to have the real thing once in a while. Yep. All right, I see you got a watch there.
Not in perfect condition, but these Timex, especially the non-Indiglo ones, the ones from the late 80s, the Ironman triathlons, are actually worth a little bit. This one's in pretty poor shape, so it's probably not worth a lot. But those are kind of cool. I figured that out a little while ago. We have like an old women's watch here that's in like crazy colors.
If you want to talk to Wheeler, The best thing to do is talk about cameras or watches.
Yep. Or scooter tricks, or
if you don't want to talk about scooter tricks, cameras, or watches, I don't know what else to talk about with him.
there are other things. Anything intellectual.
Intellectual. I don't know. Feeling pretty dumb. All right, parting comments. I gotta edit this and put it up and let it out to the YouTube picker and adventurer community.
Working through the lenses, making it happen, taking care of business, like the star. What is that from? Or that bargain now? Barter Master? I forget.
Well, back in
the old one was.
Back in the late 70s, early 80s, a song came out. Taking care of business. Actually, it probably was early 70s.
Yeah.
Taking care of business every day.
Yeah, well, that was
taking
the
care of
song
business every way.
Barter guys.
Trying to think who somebody will tell me who sung that.
Yep.
I used to know. It's a little offbeat.
Yeah.
Group, Grand Funk Station, maybe. Can't remember. A little before my time, although that music was on a lot when I was a kid.
The Barter Kings. I don't know. It was an old A&E show or something I used to watch. Anyway, that's a quote from that.
It's all retread now.
It is. Yep.
All right, that's it. We're boring now. We're boring it up. We're lengthening it out. The long vlog. Back to listing. Okay, dealer's gonna be out of here. 100th show. Thanks for watching. Hope the second 100's as good as the first. Hope we're not declining in value. Let's see what's up tomorrow. Hump Day, Wednesday, the 5th. Oh, geez, let's not forget this. I got my 10 today. Here we go. Oh, uh-oh. We got the marker out today. And we didn't really add it up, did we? Should we go add it up? Oh man, this is like that vlog that dangles on, right? Everybody's like, oh, come on, just get to the end so we can see the Wheeler Dealer production. We like that part. I didn't add this thing up. Hang on. All right, there it is. 601 and 10 listings. I'm drinking this 0 calorie Cascade Ice Sparkling Water Organic Lemon Lime. Got that for 88 cents. Today when I went shopping, I'm like, I need something just to drink on. It makes me feel like I'm special and I'm not just like sitting around drinking water. I drink plenty of water, but I don't know. I've gotten kind of used to drinking something else. Anything else? All right, let's put this thing out here. 10 601. Woo woo. Yesterday we came in at 3176, 39 listings total. That's pretty good. Okay, so I can throw that out. We got our little smiley face up there. Tomorrow's the 5th, Wednesday. How'd you do today? Did you hit your goal? If not, ramp it up. Figure out what's going on. It's still early in the month. You gotta get stuff listed in October. The selling season is upon us. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Pick well, list off, and dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer production.